It's time once again for Uncle Matt's bedtime story. Hello everybody, it's Uncle Matt, and I'm here to read you another bedtime story. And you've probably read a story similar to this, but this one's a little different. You've heard of Goldilocks, right? Goldilocks, going in the forest and going to Grandma's house, I guess, and then bumps into, is it 3 bad wolves? Do you remember? Well, this one isn't quite the same. It's Goldilocks and the 3 Martians. Yes, by Stu Smith, illustrated by Michael Garland. And yeah, this, space is such a big deal these days. More space shows are out there. People can actually travel into space now if they have a lot of money. They can pay for a flight to go into space. So, space is pretty real, and it's possible. It's possible there might be some Martians out there. I haven't seen one. Maybe you have. But let's get into this story, Goldilocks and the 3 Martians. Here we go. This story was copyright in 2004. Are you ready? Here we go. Goldilocks' mom was very strict. She gave out lots of chores. Please clean your room and make your bed and straighten up those drawers. Her mom checked homework every night. She wasn't big on sweets. She packed a lunch with healthy foods like Brussels sprouts and beets. Wash behind your ears, Mum said. No eating on the couch. Put your hat and gloves on, dear. Stand straight and tall. Don't slouch. I've heard that advice before. Goldilocks sighed and told her pets, My mum is way too tough. I'm tired of chores and homework. That's it. I've had enough. So Goldilocks drew up a plan. She had a lot to do. It took her weeks to carry out with screws and bolts and glue. Good riddance, planet Earth, she said. At 8 o'clock tonight, I'm off to find a planet where everything's just right. She filled her tank with porridge, packed cookies just in case, took her cat and dog along, and blasted into space. They floated round the capsule, doing somersaults in air. Without the pull of gravity, they all had funny hair, I see. She flew to 7 planets. On each she found a flaw. It seemed she had the problem with everything she saw. One was too small, one was too hot, one had too many chores, one was too big, too many storms, too gassy, too cold, too far. Have we been to every planet? Let's check that map I brought. Oops, we missed a turn back there. Here's one that we forgot. Mars will be our final stop, she told her cat and dog, as she wrote their destination in their handy captain's log. After landing on the surface, she took a look around. I can't believe my eyes, she cried, amazed by what she found. Before her stood a Martian house. She rang the Martian bell. Looks like no one's home tonight. But what's that scrumptious smell? Inside, she found 3 steaming bowls of hearty Martian stew. She gobbled up the smallest one, but left the other 2. I think I'll rest my feet a while in this comfy Martian chair. But the first one that she sat in sent her flying through the air. The chair's alive, she screamed out loud, and this one's full of slime. But then she tried the smallest chair and found the fit sublime. The meal had made her sleepy, So she headed up the stairs. Good thing she thought to bring along her trusty teddy bears. The first bed that she sat on was just a little high, and as she fluffed the pillows, one looked her in the eye. The next bed made her seasick. Its waves were pretty steep, but the smallest bed was cozy, and she drifted off to sleep. Just then the Martian family slid in from their nightly stroll. Before they sat to eat their meal, Mama eyed her bowl. "Someone's been eating my zook," she screamed. Papa roared, "Mine too." The baby of the family squealed, "I don't have any stew." Mama's chair spoke up to say, "There's an alien in here. Aliens for dinner." They all began to cheer. The Martians grabbed their napkins and slithered up the stairs. Goldilocks was fast asleep and dreaming of 3 bears. "Somebody's been sleeping in my bed. Something's been sleeping in mine. Something's still sleeping in my bed," the baby began to whine. Goldilocks yawned and stretched her arms, then rubbed her sleepy eyes. She saw the Martians oogling her like a burger and some fries. She popped up out of bed to leave. Their tongues were in the way. That would have been the end of her. But guess who saved the day? "There goes our dinner," Papa said. Mama wailed, "How rude." The baby of the family cried, "We never eat fast food." The trio squeezed aboard the ship. "I think we've seen enough. We had it pretty good on Earth. My mom is not that tough." The Martians saw them leaving. The babies waved goodbye. Papa ate his napkin, and Mama dried her eye. Soon, all 3 were speeding home. They landed with a crash. They woke up half the neighbors and wound up in the trash. "Where on earth have you been?" Mama said. "Why, I've been worried sick. And what's that gizmo in the tree? Is this some kind of trick?" Goldilocks smiled and closed her eyes. She held her mother tight. "Is everything okay?" Mom asked. "Yes, everything's just right." The end. Not so bad on Earth after all. That's all the time we have for Uncle Matt's bedtime story. I hope you enjoyed that story, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.